I'm a compulsive skeptic. A decade of religious indoctrination will do that to you. It took me 2 years to warm up to tarot, 10 to stop saying I obviously don't believe in that stuff when joyfully discussing horoscopes, and I still scoff at psychic reading signs before I catch myself. So when asked whether I'm spiritual, my answer has always been a confident no. But 5 years ago, I learned about composting, which is the process where organic matter like food scraps and animal products, typically destined to mummify in a landfill, are given the opportunity to break down into soil through a forgiving formula of nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, and water. The process is so logical, scientific, and equally poetic, I couldn't believe I hadn't been introduced to it sooner. I couldn't imagine a more dignified death and accelerated rebirth. Then I started noticing the pattern everywhere. Every beautiful thing rots, transforming into nourishment for new growth. An idea tosses itself out of the static, decomposes back into the buzz, then resurfaces in a Frankenstein reconfiguration. A social media tween gets swept up by the algorithm, becomes a household name for a year, gets washed away with the digital wave, only to live a second life as the cool mom all the kids wish they had. An agave plant lives a timid 23-year life, then devotes its final year to building a 30-foot tall stalk before going out in a fireworks display of seeds. It's impossible to unsee the beginning, end, and re-beginning of everything, but I notice it most in a handful of soil. I have to wonder how many molecules in it belonged to a living organism moments ago, and how many beings that same molecule cycled through before it was the last one. And my father's father, who died in Lebanon when my dad was a teen, is he in here, traversed through tree roots and fungal roots to know me? Have I been meeting him my whole life? The answer is yes, they're all in here. Every dead thing hums with life. It became almost foolish for me not to entertain animism. Respecting my elders means not only cherishing my living grandparent and the trees, but also honoring the reimagined remains of our literal ancestors. The humans, the animals that gave way to the humans, and the fungi that gave way to the animals. This reverence is rarely taught. I only stumbled upon it when I was 24, far too late in life. So of course it feels natural to play our role well in the tragedy of the commons. When the cultural norm is to live in a wooden box separate from the elements, and then be buried in a wooden box separate from the elements, of course the narrative becomes, we're in a battle with nature and we must win. But the coffin will surely degrade, so we must mercilessly love the soil. In the year 2500, a child will curiously scoop up a fistful of soil to study, and a trillion of us will be there gazing back, equally in awe. A whole lot of words to say maybe I am spiritual. My therapist certainly agrees.